So I thought I'd make a video on kind of like, I guess, an update or like a amendment or whatever to the video I made talking about what it's like to own Con. Just because I was watching it and I realized I almost not really downplayed, but there's a lot of things that we take for granted with Con being just due to the circumstances under which we got him and our lifestyle and stuff. Our chickens are all Khan's happy to be outside. He's still in recovery, so he gets no outside playtime whatsoever. He just goes on walks. I mean, he just goes on like bathroom trips for like 5 to 10 minutes. So he's really struggling with that. And he's actually fairly heavily sedated. But it's funny, like, even with his what is a pretty strong, like, he takes two types of like sedative medications, and it kind of like doesn't really sedate him. It just makes him sort of like susceptible to being susceptible to being calm. Like, he usually, if he doesn't get his walks and his ball time and etc., he's pacing around the house. Like, you could just tell if the cat runs by, he'll chase after the cat, like not aggressively but just excitedly, and he'll find things, pull things out of the trash, like just get into trouble. And when he's had his walks, he's not like that at all. He'll just lay calmly, he'll chew on a bone or something like that, And so with the medicine, it just kind of makes it so that he is more okay with just chewing on the bone without his walks, more okay with like now when if the cat runs by and he excitedly chases the cat, instead of saying, oh, we need to take Con for a little walk or something, we'll say, oh, Con needs a sedative. So it just kind of, I guess, replaces the physical activity we usually give him. So, but it doesn't like just make him sleep all day or make him like just completely calm. It just kind of makes him like, I guess, more like a normal dog or like a less active dog. But he's handling it okay. But one of the other things I wanted to talk about is kind of when we got him, it was the pandemic had just started. Actually, the pandemic had been going on, for like, we got him in August of 2020. Yeah, of 2020. So, are you sniffing that poop? Stop it. And so, neither of us were working. We had both quit our jobs due to, the newness of it all. We were kind of all desensitized to the COVID now, but at the time, we wanted to quit our jobs for our safety, so we were both taking time off of work, and we were home 24/7, my partner and I. And so we got this dog from a dog trainer who said, I can't do anything with him. This dog is too skittish, he doesn't respond to training, she actually said he has a personality of a pothead, and that's kind of true. Like, you see like Malinois in the videos, and they're like so like SWAT team and da 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 da, and he's like Scooby-Doo. Like, when he sits or lays down, like when we tell him, he's trained in Russian, so when we tell him lежать, he lays down like like he's lounging. He doesn't like lay down at attention like they do, and he doesn't do it like super fast. He kind of thinks about it, and he's like, all right, I'll lay down. And he's just like, and he's got this mournful face, like he's just a goofy dog. But we originally got him we got a crate for him, and the plan was to crate train him. So we put him in the crate, and because we were just starting out with it, and we'd go to like Panera to get coffee, and we'd be back in half an hour. And in that half an hour, he snapped one of his teeth off in the crate. Or in that half an hour, he just would destroy some aspect of him or hurt himself or something. So we realized pretty rapidly that the crate wasn't ideal for him. And we think it's because the trainer left him in the crate. Once she realized that she couldn't really work with him, the trainer left him in the crate like 24/7 or for the most of the time, because he has a little bit of anxiety in that department. So we also couldn't leave him alone in the house when we first got him, because he would chew up stuff and destroy stuff. He has separation anxiety, so he'd just like freak out if he was left home alone. So for the first 6 months that we had this dog, we either didn't go out together, or if we both were going somewhere, we took him with us. And that was just the way it was. Con was in the back seat, and when we get to where we were going, we would either take him inside, or we would go one of us would go inside, or that was just, we based our lives around that essentially, until Khan got to a place, and he was wild on the leash. He would pull crazily. He would freak out at anyone that came by. He'd like bolt in the opposite direction and pull super hard and bark at them and da 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 da. And so it's kind of easy to forget about that. It's been so long, it's been like a year since that time or whatever. Now he's fine, he's normal. He still doesn't like strangers as much. Like, he barks at our neighbors. We just moved in, and when he sees them, he barks at them. But he's really well trained on the leash. Like, he wants to pull us and go, like, if he smells a smell, he'll excitedly go to pull. But if we tell him heel, he'll heel. And if he's way more trained. We can leave him home all day while we're at work or school, and he doesn't get into trouble. His biggest problem is he gets on the couch, which he's not allowed to get on the couch because he drools and he sheds so much. And it's just, I never said I'd be the person that didn't let their dogs on the furniture, but it's just like a fact of life. Like, we live in kind of like the woods. He's always, he's digging and stuff. Like, he's just too messy to be on our furniture. He really smells something over here, and look, he's gonna smell it and then excitedly get the zoomies and run away. That's his MO. Here it comes. Okay, let's go. Oh no, maybe he really does smell something good in there. Anyways, so yeah, for the first long period of time that we had him, he was pretty needy, and he's still pretty needy. Like, that's about it. That's his main problem, is he gets on the couch, he gets on the beds, he gets on the furniture. So we, shut the door to our bedroom, and we'll put like a chair or something. Like, we have like bar stools, so like put a bar stool on the couch. But other than that, it's not too much. No problems other than you'd have like with any other big dog. Like, if we're going somewhere for more than a couple days, really more than like 12 hours, because if he's inside, he has to go to the bathroom, and it's like, what's he gonna do? If we wouldn't fault him for using the bathroom in the house, but we still can't leave him alone for more than, like, he wants to get in there. Come here, Con. You're not supposed to be off the leash. Hey, come here. And so, but that's not because he's a Belgian Malinois or an especially needy dog. It's just because he's a dog. Anyone with a dog knows that you can't, if you're planning a trip, you gotta factor in the dog. But trying to think, there are some other like negatives, more like negative things I wanted to bring up, but I think I either brought them all up or I've forgotten them. But yeah, he's not, I don't know. I still think a lot of the stuff around these dogs is a hype. I think that, for most people, like, just letting their dog, I won't let his poop get on camera, embarrassing him. But for most people, like, not for most people, but I'm sure for a lot of people, just taking the dog out in the morning to use the restroom and then taking it back in is kind of like the norm. Whereas for us, like, taking the dog, like, I factor in, when I'm work and school and I'm scheduling my time, I factor an hour in the morning for Con, an hour in the afternoon for Con, or I say an hour in the evening for Con, and then like an hour in the half hour to 45 in the afternoon for Con, like, where we're outside playing, exploring, doing stuff, running, da 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 da. And then my partner, during the day while I'm at work, she has a freer schedule, so she likes to run, and so she likes to do trail running and stuff. So she runs with the dog. She's out gardening, Con's out there with her. So it's, I think we kind of take that for granted, our levels of physical activity. If you're not used to being outside for a couple hours each day, definitely don't get a dog that's this active if you don't plan on, you gotta like, kind of like to be outside, or they're not inside dogs, right? They're like farm dogs that can like be adapted to living inside, essentially. So keep that in mind. You have to devote a lot of time to them, no matter what. And I'm sure the higher energy ones require even more time, but he's kind of a chiller dog as it is, so, and we're active people, so it's a good mix. So that's it. That's just the update for Con. Oh, and he's doing way better. He still can't run, he still can't play, he can just walk, and so we're reaching 10 minutes, which is what the vet said is his limit right now. He just had his follow-up And so hopefully in another month and a half he can start running again and everything will be fully healed from his car accident. So that's the video.